everyone, it's Shaylin, and I'm here today with another writing vlog. So I'm just sitting outside on my porch right now. It's the evening. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe it's like around 8 p.m. And I thought I would just film the first clip of this vlog. So I did a vlog recently of myself writing a short story and a poem, but I wanted to do one for my novel. So I actually meant to start this vlog the previous chapter that I was writing, because basically what's going on in my novel right now is I had the point where I was at, and then I have these 3 chapters that are the last 3 chapters in part 1 planned, and these chapters have been very clear to me for a very long time. Chapters 12, 13, and 14, and I know what happens in these chapters, and it's big T, and they're the chapters that I was like most excited to write. Like, I have been looking forward to writing some of these scenes for ages. However, the point that I was at the end of chapter 9, it wasn't quite ready to be those 3 chapters that I had planned. I knew there was quite a lot of development that had to happen in between. I figured around maybe 1, 2, or 3 chapters worth, and I was really struggling to connect the dots and just get everything adequately set up. Originally I was gonna do a vlog of those 2 chapters because I thought it would be good to do a vlog of like me struggling because these chapters were really hard, if I'm being honest. The first one, I started working on these chapters when I was writing with some friends, and I started out by just making, like, thought dumping all of the scenes that I thought maybe had to happen, trying to organize them, because I wasn't really going to be able to get through this with 0 outlining, because it was pretty specific what I had to do. I realized a lot of scenes I had to have, but none of them were like scenes. They were all like things that had to be accomplished, but not an actual scene, you know? However, eventually I pulled together an outline, struggled through writing the first half of that first chapter, chapter 10. And then it was just last night where I was like, you know what? This is killing me. Like, I don't want to spend a million years writing these 2 chapters. I just want to write. I need to just write them. And so I finished up chapter 10 yesterday. That was great. And now I am writing chapter 11, and it's starting to really work, and I'm so excited because once this is done, I get to write my most hyped chapters. So this is going to be a vlog of me writing hopefully the next couple chapters. My book is in like 2 arcs, basically. I mean, obviously there's one big arc, but there's like 2 main arcs because there's 2 parts, and we have a time skip after the end of the first part. Yeah, spoiler, kind of a time skip. I don't know if it's going to be a time skip or if I'm just going to make time pass very quickly. This isn't the end of the book, but the end of part 1 kind of feels like the end of a book because so much is ramping up, so much stuff that's been set up since the start. And right now I'm writing a scene where, like, my main character, she has just been in 10 out of 10 level bitch mode in the past couple chapters. She's salty and she's coming for you. There was a scene that I was struggling with that was in the previous chapter, and I realized that what I was doing wrong was that, like, she was at like a bitch level 3 and I needed to get her up to like a bitch level 9, you know? Because like her baseline is like a bitch level 6, and so it made no sense that she was at like a bitch level 3 when she was like confronting someone she hates. And then now I'm writing another scene where basically she's going off at her mom, who is my least favorite character in the book. I absolutely hate writing her. She's just so frustrating. I really like writing shitty people, but like her mother's name is Aline, and Aline just frustrates me so much because she's so selfish and so self-concerned, and she cannot take responsibility for her actions. And so right now I'm writing this scene that's just really satisfying. That's what I'm working on at the moment. I just came outside to film because it's like a nice day. My hair looks bad, you know, just really excited to get to the next chapter. You guys, the next chapter. I have to be vague because it's like the biggest spoiler. It's my midpoint, and it's major. This is like what I have been gearing up to write since September. So let's go. I just wrote about 1,000 words, which is pretty great, and I'm really excited. I feel like I set a goal to be done these 2 chapters by the end of June, with the goal of being done part 1 by the end of August, which is going to be so easy at this point. I'm probably going to be done this chapter in the next day or so. The point of this vlog was that it was meant to be like a struggle bus vlog where you guys would see me struggling and I could be like honest and candid and be like, this is what it's like when I'm struggling. But I kind of just like solved all my own problems. Just having a lot of fun right now writing my main character go off on people she hates. Hey Hey guys, it's later. It's around 9 p.m. right now. Actually, it's more like 9:15. Sun has actually set. It's just kind of like dusk right now. I'm just going for a quick walk, maybe like 20 minutes just before it gets dark, because I finished off the scene. That scene was kind of like two scenes smushed together. Going for a bit of a walk to get out of the house, listen to music for a little, think. I don't know, it's like an important part of my writing process. I go for a walk like every day, twice a day, just to think. And then I'm probably gonna come back and do some more writing this evening because I'm really on a roll. I'm really enjoying my book right now. I'm having a good time. Hey guys, so it's like 5:45 in the morning. Rise and shine. I had a meeting at 5. Normally I would go back to sleep. The reason I have meetings at 5 is because I work for a UK company. I live on the west coast of Canada. So normally I go back to sleep after these meetings because I'm tired. But I have class at like noon, and if I go back to sleep and set my alarm for like a few hours from now, it's just gonna be death to wake up again. And if I sleep longer than that, I will just waste the whole day, because at that point then I'll get home from class at 2 and suddenly it's 2. So instead I'm just gonna try to stay up. For now, I think I actually want to write, because writing is like the only thing I can do when I'm really tired. I can't really read because I'm too tired to focus on reading. I can't do anything passive like watch Netflix or something. Even though I'm watching Killing Eve season 2 right now, and like for some reason I can write when I'm like really tired. I don't know why that is, but because anyways, if I watch something like passively, then I'll just start to fall asleep again. So I'm probably gonna write for a little. Hashtag 5 a.m. Writers Club. Am I right, folks? Yes. What a productivity legend I am. At this ungodly hour, I'm not a morning person, can you tell? Hey guys, so it's a little bit later on the same morning. It's just before 9 a.m. now, and so here's the thing. I have never been an advocate for waking up early. In fact, you could say the opposite of that. I've always been a night owl, but now I understand why people wake up early to write, because y'all, it's before 9 and I've already written 1900 words. Like, I've written more than I would normally write in a day. Does this mean that I will start waking up at 6 every day to write? Probably not. I finished that chapter. That chapter was chapter 11. It's called Rabbit Foot. So the next chapter is my midpoint. It's the chapter I am dying to write. It's the chapter I've been waiting to write. There's a scene in the chapter, like the main bulk scene of the chapter, that I have been waiting to write for so long. It's a really, really intense scene. I'm not gonna write immediately. I'm gonna work, because I have videos to edit for work. So I'm gonna try to do that. Really pleased with that. Not only did I write 2,000 words, but I really like what I wrote. But I have to say, there's something really nice about writing this early in the morning. The world is just so quiet and peaceful. It's very nice. Hey guys, so it's June 12th, and right now I'm going to a bakery cafe place where I can get some vegan cake because it's my roommate's birthday. It's like 3 p.m. I had class earlier today, so it's kind of out of the way. It's gonna be like a 30-minute bus ride to get there. So by the time I get there, it'll be nearing 4. However, I am bringing my laptop because I figure if I'm gonna go that far, might as well like grab a coffee and do some work. I'm really hoping that I don't miss the bus. It's like 5 p.m. Cake has been acquired. That was kind of a needlessly long errand. That took like total 2 hours. I did work for a little bit there. I just wrote for like half an hour. I'm also getting sick. I've had a sore throat for like 2 days, which probably makes sense because I think both of my roommates were sick. So that's great. Hey guys, it's me, and it's the 14th of June. It's about 2:30 p.m. I'm just walking home from school right now. The class that I'm in right now is apocalyptic cinema. So I've been watching the world end a lot. So today we had a movie and we watched These Final Hours, and oh boy, it was depressing as heck. If you want to be really depressed, I'd recommend it. I mean, it was a good movie. It made me feel a lot of things, mostly distress. I do have a paper that I have to write this weekend for my class. We have a really long list of movies that we can choose from to do our paper on. I think I'm gonna do Donnie Darko just because it's like a cult favorite, but I haven't seen it. So it is Sunday, June 16th. It's about 1:40 p.m. Today I am primarily working on my assignment, my film analysis that is due tomorrow. I did finish chapter 12 yesterday. So chapter 12, like I mentioned, my working title for it is Sacred Ground. That chapter ended up being around 3,500 words. And it's done. So I'm now moving on to chapter 13, which is called Bone Splint, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stick with that title. I started another random project. So for my film class that I'm in right now, we do have a final paper, and that paper is gonna be due in like 2 weeks because it's a condensed course. Like I'm doing the whole course in 3 weeks, but we also have an option of proposing a separate project and doing something different if we want. So like some kind of creative project, and I had kind of been thinking of doing a proposal for a screenplay, like a short film, because I don't really feel like writing a paper and I would much rather write a screenplay. So yesterday, I might have put a clip, I was finishing up reading Soft Science by Franny Choi. Franny Choi is one of my favorite poets. I really adored her chapbook, Death by Sex Machine, and I really, really loved this book of poetry. It really inspired me to write something about robots. And I was like, well, it would be really great for me to use this robot inspo from this book that I just read to write a screenplay about a robot apocalypse. Yesterday I wrote the first, just in the evening. I mean, it's quick, you know, writing the first draft of a script, at least I find I can get out really quickly. 3.5 pages yesterday. So I'm kind of probably gonna be working on this. I haven't actually like sent in a proposal. I just got the idea to do this yesterday, of course, and it's the weekend, but I'm gonna go in next week, and I'm pretty sure that I'll get approval to do it. I just have to discuss how many pages it has to be, because at this point I need more pages. Like, I don't think I could make this, you know, a 7-page screenplay. Ideally, I'd have like 15, so I might maybe write it as like a short story when I'm done. It's been really fun. I don't screenwrite very often. Part of the reason I don't screenwrite very often is because I don't really have the means to make the things that I write, you know? Am really enjoying writing this script. It's a lot of fun, and it reminds me how fun screen can be. I think the thing with screenwriting is that you get a lot of chance to really play around with images, because you're basically telling the story through just a string of specific images and dialogue. You don't really have narrative. I definitely can improve your show don't tell skills for writing fiction, but it can be really, really fun to play around with. It's a very like fun form, I find. It's never been like my ultimate passion, screenwriting. I always have been a fiction writer at heart, but it is still one that I, you know, enjoy playing around with every once in a while, and it's been nice to do something with. Hey guys, so it's the morning of the 18th. So I'm gonna go to class soon. Yesterday I met with my workshop. So my workshop is not like a class. It's for people including me from my cohort who just want to keep on workshopping. When you find people that you critique well with, don't let that go, folks. That is a rare and precious thing. 3 of us had submitted work a long time ago, and then just due to like various people being out of town and then one new person joining the group, we had kind of taken a really long time to get to a point of actually meeting. So we met yesterday, and we had a great workshop, actually. We had to cut ourselves off because we were talking way too long. Like, one of my friends, her piece that she submitted, it was only 9 pages from her novel, and we talked about those 9 pages for 1 hour and 20 minutes. For our other 2, mine and one of my other friends, we talked for 1 hour, and it's only because we had set a timer, because, like, at this point it was getting late. Like, it was, like, nighttime. My friend's was 9 pages. We talked about it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Mine was, like, 61. I feel so bad. I submitted 12,000 words. Now I have to kind of revise my plan to accommodate workshops. So basically, this is kind of what my game plan is at the moment. So right now, I'd finished writing chapter 12, as I mentioned earlier. I haven't actually started 13 yet. I'm really dying to start 13. However, a friend of mine who didn't submit, he said he was going to submit in the next couple days. I'm writing my novel at the fastest rate of anyone in the group right now, and so I really don't want to give them 12,000 words again, because that was kind of rude. They said it was fine, which I get, because if any of them gave me 12,000 words, I'd be like, thank you, God. And by the way, we didn't talk about the novels for so long because they were bad. It's not because there were a lot of problems, and that's why we talked about them so long. At least the other 2 are, like, absolutely incredible novels. They're both novels where if I had the full book in front of me, I know I would probably just read the entire thing in one sitting. It kills me that I'm having to read it in, like, little chunks. They're both incredible. Even though they're both first drafts, they feel, like, as polished as a published book. There's just, because they're so good, there's, like, so much to dig into. There's so much to discuss and talk about and, like, look at. That's why we talk so much. It's not because there's a lot of issues, it's just because there's so much to, like, sink your teeth into when you have a really good piece. And they're both really good. And then there's mine, which is chaotic. Right now I have written 3 chapters past my last workshop submission, which is what we just talked about, which is kind of ideal. It's around 7,000 words. Like, that's the perfect amount to hand in. So I think because one of my friends is handing in, I'm gonna clean up those chapters. They're probably not gonna be as clean as I would like them to be, but we're doing this workshop pretty informally. It's not for school. Like, we've been kind of submitting it with questions. I mean, like, these are questions I have. I'm definitely gonna have a couple. I'm gonna be like, should I just combine these scenes? Like, should I remove this thread? Like, and then finish up my last 2 chapters. Those will be for my next workshop submission. After I'm done writing part 1, I think I'm gonna take a long time to do some deep revision. I did that for my first 5 chapters, and now I want to go back and do some pretty deep revision for everything from the end of chapter 5 until chapter 14. This book has really gotten very big. It's really grown. There are a lot of threads. There's just a lot going on. The timeline is quite long. And the book has just gotten to be very big. And it's kind of starting, at certain points, it's kind of overwhelming me. Which I think is fine. I think I can handle it, but it is a lot. The book is a lot. I think, like, during workshop someone was like, yeah, like, so this book is, like, a lot. And I was like, yeah, I'm really feeling that it's a lot right now. So I think what I want to do is just get part 1 as clean as I can structurally. My biggest issues that I'm having with the book structurally are, I have two main issues. Some events are a little too episodic, and some of my characters disappeared. So my first issue with the episodic thing is there are a lot of things that have happened where I don't think the consequences have been laid out as clearly as I could, so I think I just need to thread the consequences of some things in more clearly. And then I also have some characters who were just gone, namely Sybil's mother, who disappears off the face of the planet for like 60 pages. And I know that she's been my biggest issue in this book for a long time. Like, I basically have the option with her character to write her out or write her in. There are pros and cons to all options. Writing her out would make the book more streamlined, but at the same time, I think that the idea of motherhood is really important, and I think that a lot of that needs to come from the fact that she's present in Sybil's life. I think there's a lot of conflict and interesting just like idea stuff that she brings, and I do think she's an important character, but I need to write her in properly. I'm really bad at dealing with aftermath in my work, where like things happen and then the characters are just like, let's pretend that that never happened. I know I can make it work. Current game plan, in short: revise the past 3 chapters, submit them to workshop, draft the next 2 chapters, which are the last chapters in part 1, then take a long time to do a big revision of everything. Part of the reason why I want to revise part 1 to be as clean as I can make it before I move on to part 2 is because so when I move on to part 2, I almost feel like I have a clean slate. I almost feel like this is the beginning of a new book where I don't have all this mess that I've created for myself. Revising as I go so that I have this kind of like peace of mind where when I'm going into part 2, I feel like the book is strong and clear and I know what is going on. I'm gonna go now just because I have a couple things that I want to get done before I leave for class.
So you just got approval to write a screenplay about robots instead of writing a paper.
Hey guys, so I realized it's been like a solid week since I filmed any clips for this vlog, and also that this vlog has gotten like too long. So I know that I wanted it to cover 2 more chapters, but that was fully unrealistic. So I'm just gonna end this vlog now, pick up with another one later. I do really like this format of video, so if you want me to do more vlog style videos, let me know, and I will try to make them more frequent since I think I only do them like once every month or every 2 months at the moment. But yeah, I'm just gonna end off now just before this video gets ridiculously long and say thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can always send me an ask on Tumblr, and I will see you in another video.